On this episode, we discuss Bride Hard.
The movie that inspired Bruce Willis's Die Hard.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Flophouse. I'm Dan McCoy.
Hey, I'm Stuart Wellington.
Hello, I'm Elliot Kalin, and we did it. We have successfully said all of our names without anything
No
going
bits.
wrong.
No
bits,
goofy
Now we
Yes.
no
can
bobs.
go home.
Yep, no bobbles. Yeah.
This is, in case you're wondering, you found yourself listening to this in a panic.
Steer back, Dan.
What's
Steer back.
happening?
Steer back. You're turning into
What
a
is
bit.
happening?
Just do what you need to do.
Dear
no
Lord.
bits.
Uh-huh.
I'm here to guide you.
It's
You
joke free
awake in
January,
a-
Dan. Let's come on.
No, that would be terrible for our show. I'm here to guide you. This is a podcast. It is about movies that were critical or commercial flops.
Does this one count as one of those? You'll find out, and the answer is yes.
And we discuss it. We provide our take, but mostly we just hang out. And that's the show, the Flophouse.
Okay, see you later.
PG.
PG? Hardly.
We swear a lot.
Whoa.
We do
I
swear
guess
a lot. This is like an
standards have
80s
slipped
PG.
quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 70s PG.
I was
Where at any
gonna say-
moment something hardcore might slip in at the last moment. Yeah.
Standards have slipped, but they've completely changed. People are so prudish these days. I can't even talk about my horny adventures anymore.
No.
Well, certainly your Disney afternoon show, Stuart's Horny Adventures, was canceled pretty quickly.
Which was a spin-off of Discovery Quest.
Discovery Quest, yeah. That's a joke for anyone who was here before the episode started.
Yeah, it was just
You guys.
spying on us.
So let's get into this. Tonight we are talking about a little movie called Bride Hard.
A very little
starring-
movie. A
Yeah,
very
yeah.
tiny
Minuscule.
movie, yeah.
Was
directed
this-
by Simon West, one of Dan's favorite action movie directors.
Straight to Hulu. He did make Con
Straight
Air, a
to
film
who? Lou. My Uncle Lou, yeah.
I am very fond of Con Air. It's not good in the traditional sense.
Only because
Yes,
you thought it was a movie based on the hairdryer brand of the same name.
Mhm.
And you were like, finally, a story for me. The
Uh-huh.
story of a hairdryer.
That's a very, very silly movie that I enjoy the high concept of and the cavalcade of great character actors. And, of course, Nicolas Cage
And Elliot, you
letting the
make,
wind blow through his hair.
that's the thing. You make that joke about hair dryers, but that's the most famous shot of the movie is
That's true.
wind blowing through his hair.
I will say that is a very fun, dumb movie. I do not love that we are supposed to take the freedom of Steve Buscemi's serial killer character at the end as like
child murder.
a child murder as like a hilarious bit. I don't love that
Wow.
section where
Yeah.
they're
Didn't
setting you
realize
up to
Elliot's
think.
coming down in favor of a carceral state.
Well, they
For
tell a
some
story
people.
about him riding around wearing a kid's head as a hat. And there's the whole sequence where he's
Or
at that
maybe the
little
kid was a real drip.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Maybe he was
we
a trip.
didn't hear his side of the story.
The kids or Steve Buscemi's? Because
Steve
we heard
Buscemi.
neither. Yeah, because there's that sequence where you're supposed to be in suspense over whether he is about to murder a little girl or not.
Yeah.
And I don't love that sequence, but otherwise,
No.
It's hard 'cause I like Steve-
totally
I
far
like-
out of place.
I like Steve Buscemi so much, but I don't love the
Yeah.
that the guy's like they're like he's the worst, most horrible child murderer ever, and at the end he's like, I'm just gambling in Las Vegas. Everybody, this is great.
Yeah.
You know.
But he
anyway.
made Simon West also Tomb Raider, the first Tomb Raider. He made The General's Daughter. So clearly the
Ugh.
guy to go to for a wacky comedy.
He does action. He's an action guy.
He's
for
an
the most
action
part, right?
guy.
Okay,
And this
well,
is
let's see.
not
Does
just
this
a comedy;
movie have
it's an
any
action
competently
comedy.
shot action? No.
Yeah, that's the
There are
problem.
this is spoiling a little bit. It's gonna be there is some background and gunfire special effects that are so goofy in this that it looks like a homemade comedy video from like 10, 15 years ago when people were just starting getting their
Yes.
hands on like
They're like,
somewhat
Neil Breen,
professional
come in and
special
do
effects.
our effects,
Yeah.
please.
Like if this was a Funny or Die video from like 15 years ago, I'd be like, this effects look pretty good. But for a movie
Yeah.
in 2025, now it's 2026.
Yeah.
Not so much. Yeah.
And it may be too early in the show to take sort of a broad picture look at Bride Hard, but as many people have pointed out, I'm sure in their reviews, like the thing about Die Hard is
It's good.
you have just like a regular cop who should be like overmatched by the situation, plunged into this hostage situation, where this is a movie about like a super spy who you're never worried about whether she can do any of the stuff.
Yes.
And also on top of that, Dan, to piggyback on that, the whole movie, the opening, which is very abrupt, is setting up the idea that she's having a hard time being a bridesmaid because of her spy life getting in the way.
Let's get into this.
So I kept assuming that it was because of her spy life that something terrible would happen at the wedding. Totally unrelated.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm just saying that
she just happens to be a spy at a wedding that happens to be attacked. Like
the pun "bride hard," like bride doesn't sound enough like die to make it worth the comparison to a movie that doesn't really apply here.
Now, what would be now? If
Should have been Bride or Die.
Yes.
Bride or Die would have been better. But also, they clearly want it to seem like Bridesmaids. So, like, what would be your pun on Bridesmaids if it was a spy movie?
Bride slays.
Dies maids.
All right, you know what? Maybe they chose the right title. I can't think of anything either.
Okay, movie opens with an impromptu bachelorette party in Paris. We meet our bridesmaids. We have Sam, the maid of honor, played by Rebel Wilson. She is the organizer. She had to change things last minute due to a work obligation.
And she changed it to everyone's doing this in Paris, which is wild. Like that everyone was like, yes, at the last minute we will go to Paris.
I mean, we
instead
do find
for
out that
all
they're
of
all
this.
incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a
they're-
movie made now, so all the characters are incredibly wealthy, yeah.
Yeah. We have Betsy, the bride, played by Anna Camp. So we get a little bit of a Pitch Perfect reunion. Virginia, the sister-in-law, played by Anna Klumsky, who, again, we got a lot of pros here.
I
There's a
love her
really good
in
cast.
Veep, and she is not served by this movie at all.
No.
and Lydia and Zoe, who are the tag-along friends who are just kind of along for the ride and they get a little bit of character stuff. And that is, of course, Divine Joy Randolph, always lovely, and an actress who I don't particularly recognize.
No, I don't recognize her either, but I will say that
That's Gigi Zimbato, but I don't know her from stuff. I just know her from, she's from one of the TV shows, you know.
to skip ahead, Divine is like the one person who I think kind of makes her material work. Her material is not good, but she sells it so much harder than anyone
A
else.
lot of it is people making a lot of effort trying to sell what little they're given.
Yeah.
I think Divine Joy Randolph has the highest hit rate. I think Anna Chlumsky tries her best. You know, she's trying really hard. I think Anna Camp is trying really
I think
hard.
Anna Camp actually does a pretty good job.
I think she does a good job. I'm not super. I never saw the Pitch Perfect movies. I haven't seen her other stuff, and I came away from this really liking Anna Camp as a performer. So,
And Rebel Wilson does a lot of like her thing that's also a little bit like
Falling
a
over.
Melissa McCarthy thing where they are both performers who walk into a scene, they're like, I'm just going to riff a bunch kind of under my breath and hope that like Rodney Dangerfield style laughs will occur.
well, it's going to be cut in such a way that it's clear that it's like I tried a few different lines, and then we put in all of them. You
But
know?
unfortunately, this movie's in the hands of Simon West, a director who doesn't seem to really understand comic timing. So a lot of it is not cut together a lot of it felt very unfriendly to Rebel Wilson.
Knowing nothing about the making of this movie, my guess is that this movie was put together very quickly.
Yeah.
It feels like a movie that was thrown together. I know that looking up just a little bit, this is one of the movies that received a SAG-AFTRA waiver during the strike a couple years ago
Yeah.
when it was being made.
Thank
so,
God.
like, my guess is that this was a movie that was made a little bit, no pun intended, because it's a spy action movie, under the gun.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I know, like, I have a
Guys, I
friend of a-
intended that pun. I got to come clean. I intended that pun. That pun
friend
was
of-
not unintended.
yeah.
It was very much tended.
It was attended by all of us, unfortunately.
A friend of a friend has a story by credit, but does not have a screenplay credit, which suggests to me that, like a lot of modern movies, this went through a lot of changes along the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
Well, it's just like that song, Time Can Change Bride Hard, but I can't change Bride Hard. Right? That's
No,
how that song
because
goes?
you're not associated with production.
No, that's true. Well, that's also in the song. Yeah.
The bachelorette party happens to be in Paris because we learn that Sam is actually a secret agent. Uh-oh.
No, Stuart, I hate to stop you because we're only a second into the movie, but can you please describe to us how these characters are introduced to us? Because this is a movie that one of the things I found so disorienting was it feels like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie were just chopped off. We're introduced, the characters are just walking through Paris. How do we learn who they are and what they do?
Well, we get images of them walking through the streets with little, like, name chyrons, right? Like little name plates.
Yes. There's like subtitles that
saying
says
who
like,
they are and
says
what
like
their role
bride,
is.
maid of honor,
Yeah.
friend. And then it's like, and right off the bat, it's like, okay, we're doing this thing. And Sam's like, I gotta go. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. It wasn't really enough to get me.
Yeah.
I don't understand who these characters are, how they know each other.
Technically, the movie opens with the opening credit sequence, which is a lot of shots of two little blonde girls playing
That's
with,
true.
like, I don't know, like Soulmate by Lizzo playing or
and
something.
that's how you know that they're best friends,
Which-
and that is the emotional rock that the rest of the movie will rely on.
I have a question, guys. So we learned that Anna Camp's character and Rebel Wilson's character were best friends since they were very, very young.
Yeah.
Now, at what point did Rebel Wilson's character develop a very thick Australian accent?
This is a question that I was also wondering, and I'm like, maybe her parents are Australian and that's why she has it, but maybe she went to college in Australia and she just never shook the act, like she came home with one.
Sure.
But
yeah.
but it is a
You would think that a secret agent would want to blend in, learn to blend in better.
that's true.
But I guess Australians are the like most everybody's favorite tourists for some reason. I've heard that various graphics show that
Yeah, they
Australians are people's preferred tourists.
Seem jolly, you know?
Yeah, like Santa Claus, the original Australian. Good day,
That's
kids.
true.
I've got some presents for you.
It's
Oh,
all
get a little
snakes
my
and
Tom get down the
pulls
chimney.
it out of his kangaroo pouch.
Here
Yeah,
you are,
his-
it's a
his
koala
sled-
bear.
His sleigh
It's
that
actually
sleigh.
quite dangerous. Don't play with it.
Oh, it's fine. This sleigh that's pulled by 7 kangaroos or whatever. Yeah,
I apologize for my half-hearted, terrible accents there.
yeah. Dan, throw yourself
Yeah,
into
yeah,
your
yeah.
terrible accent
We've-
like I am.
The thing is, we have never had bad accents in
No,
this
never.
show.
I've got a
okay.
list that tells me who's nice and who's not a Rooney.
Okay, well, that's a little cockney. But
Yeah, that's true. My Australian always becomes Cockney. Yeah.
So Sam has to sneak away from the festivities that she organized because it turns out that their intel was wrong and the mission that she has to be part of is actually happening that night instead of the next night. And then we also learned that that mission, it's not a prototype, it's the actual like what, chemical weapon that they're supposed to be observing. It's really weird because as soon as she sees it's a chemical weapon, she goes into action mode and the rest of her team's like, no, don't do that. And I'm like, then why the fuck did he bring action agent along if it's just watching? You have a drone guy.
She is consistently a bad secret agent in the way that movie secret agents are, where a real secret agent, just today, we had the news that our government has gone into a foreign country and kidnapped the leader of that foreign country. And that was done partly because we sent in CIA agents to like gather information about where that foreign leader would be. The secret agents did not decide, get on a motorcycle. We got to
Start
do it
blasting.
ourselves. Start blasting. But secret agents in movies, they're never very good at secrets. It's an old thing about like James Bond is a secret agent who constantly tells his name
Yeah,
to people.
most famous, yeah.
They're like, he's got a real biological weapon with him. Let's be careful. And she's like, no, just going to start shooting and hitting, chasing
So,
after.
This whole sequence ends up not really having any effect on the rest of the movie, other than the fact that by going to do her job, it makes her friend, what's her name, Betsy, remove her from her bridal party. She is no longer maid of honor, as
And
she's
she's not-
let everybody down.
She's not maid of honor either, like Patrick Dempsey was.
No,
Uh-huh.
that's true. Yeah.
Literally maid of
Cobbled
honor.
together
Like-
from honor discarded.
That's
Yeah.
that's a talent that the U.S. used to have, but we've forgotten how to do it in this age of AI. How to make a man of honor.
Well, yeah. Also, we lost the notes of Dr. Victor Frankenstein, who's the guy who discovered how to do that. Frankenstein,
Similar to
of
how
course,
the STCs for the men of iron in the 41st millennium are now long lost, and the few that remain are relics. Okay,
very
so,
similar. It's exactly like that. So she's now the maid of dishonor, which means that
Yes.
she has to wear brambles and seaweed to the wedding.
like
and,
a Krampus.
Exactly. And if anyone misbehaves at the
I've
wedding,
got such
it's
bad Krampus.
It's her
Yeah.
job to pull them away and put them into wedding jail.
Yeah, she has to burst in at the objections thing and do a Mrs. Rochester moment.
Burn the house down.
Okay, so after this mission,
So here's a joke nobody's going to like or care about. It's for an audience of
Okay,
only me.
great.
What if on the Jack Benny show, Rochester's wife was Mrs. Rochester from Jane Eyre? So he's like, Rochester, bring the car around. And Rochester's like, I can't, boss. My wife is trying to get out of the attic.
I mean, what has there been like a modern retelling of her story from her point of view
Yes,
yet?
there's
Okay.
a book called The Wide Sargasso Sea, I think it is, which is from her point of view. Yeah.
Elliot, that joke was for me as well, and I have to commend you on a pretty good Jack Benny.
Thank you. Thanks.
So
You know what?
she's-
I'm wrong. Wide Sargasso Sea. It's an older book that I thought it was from 1966. I thought it was from the 80s. But it's still more modern than Jane
Probably because
Eyre.
there was that like movie adaptation around that time, I think.
Okay.
Was
It
there?
was called Wide Sargasso Sea.
Oh yeah.
It was in
Speaking of, are you
either
guys
the late
excited
80s
about?
or early
You guys
90s.
excited about that new Wuthering Heights movie that's coming out?
The Emerald. Fennell.
yeah, Emerald Fennel has a pretty good hit rate, right?
I don't
I
mind
mean,
her movies.
I like her movies as like fun trash.
Yeah, they're like I think the problem is like somehow the world got it in the idea in their head that they were supposed to be important movies or
Yeah,
something,
And
they're
not and not kind of weirdo rich people exploitation trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1993, Wide Sargasso Sea.
Oh,
It starred Karina Lombard. I don't know who that is. Oh, Rachel Ward's in it though. Michael York. Anyway,
okay. Well, the book came
Wow.
out before then, but there is so just to answer your question, there is a postmodern retelling of the story from Mrs. Rochester's point of view. Yeah.
Man, I'm really glad we went on this one. This little side.
there's
quest.
really so little to Brightheart. I am glad that we
And
went on
it's
the
so
side
rarely
quest.
on this podcast that I get to talk about the work of early to mid 19th century female authors,
Yeah.
from Britain. So I'm glad we could do a little bit of that today. Yeah.
That would my gal Virginia Woolf be in that category?
No, Virginia Woolf was very much an early 20th century author, although I would love
Yeah.
to talk about her work. I love her work. There's a reason
Big fan.
reason my younger son's middle name is Wolf with 2 O's.
Didn't know.
Also because Wolf is a family
you
name.
didn't name your son Mrs. Dalloway.
His name is Orlando Dalloway Caleb.
Yeah. Orlando the Waves Caleb.
Orlando to the Lighthouse Dalloway Waves Caleb. His name is
pretty cool.
His name is A Room of Their Own Caleb, but we just call him Ator. Or Arato.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's Arato would be the initials. Yeah.
So Sam is
That'd be
down.
so funny. It was like, this is my son Sammy, and this is his younger brother Arato. Arato? Like, what is that? Oh, it's short for a room of one. It's a room of one zone. It's the name, not a room of their own. I think of a league of their own. Guys, okay, hold on a second. This is what we need to do.
They get both a room and a league.
A Virginia
in this
Woolf's
economy?
a room of a league of their own. Mm-hmm. It's a room of one zone. I apologize to the late Virginia Woolf.
Yeah,
So,
I thought
wait,
that sounded
she's
wrong,
dead?
but I didn't want to leap
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I apologize. I hate to break it to you, Stuart.
Okay, so Sam is understandably down in the dumps for the falling out with her friend. She feels like she messed up, but she also doesn't know how to remove herself from work until her handler, Nadine, played by Sherry Cola, insists, who also has like nothing to do in this movie.
No, she just exists to like make quips.
Yeah, which I mean, talented.
I'll
She's
answer
good
my
at
own
it.
question. Joyride.
Joyride. She's also on that Nobody Wants This show as a podcast producer.
Yeah, she's given so little. To do. I expected I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Like she loses. Like why is she not in contact with this woman throughout the hostage situation
My
in
guess
some way?
is that
Was something
There's
cut?
a
They
cell
cut
phone
stuff.
jammer. There is a
yeah,
cell phone
there's a
jammer.
cell phone jammer. But my guess is that there was more for her to do in this, but that they cut it. It just this movie feels like it. This movie doesn't feel like a cohesive piece of work that fulfills the intentions of its makers.
Yes.
Let's say.
Okay. So her handler is like, I got a new mission for you, and it's just go to your friend's wedding. So she goes to her friend's wedding, which is in one of those big old plantation houses in the South.
Because everybody's
And-
rich. Everybody in the world is rich. Some people are just richer than others.
Virginia.
Even the bad guys seem to be rich. But
Well,
I don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
into that.
they're doing this mission, this well-funded mission to
Yeah, Steven
rob
Dorff,
rich
you can't
people.
get that many stick and poke tattoos without having a little bit of free scratch lying around. Unless he's like friends with the artist or something. Or like, doing trade
Yeah,
with him.
trading.
Trading, yeah.
I'll rob someone for
Yeah,
you.
unless
if you
he's
give
like
me
a
this
chef. Is he
tattoo.
a chef? Do we know if he's a chef on the side?
He might be a chef.
okay.
Well, are there tattoos on his neck? If not, he might not be a chef.
He might not be a chef. What about his knuckles? So
Like an Anthony Bourdain, Jeff Foxworthy routine.
oh man, what a pairing.
If you got a tattoo of a fork on one of your arms, you might be a chef.
That's the season of True Detective I've been dying for.
Well, I've got bad news for you, Stuart.
What happened to Jeff Foxworthy? Okay, so Virginia, who is the new maid of honor, is being overbearing. She's overplanning, but the new maid of honor, is the sister to the groom to be. So that it all, I guess.
And this is very much like
Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids. Like this
Yeah.
is like the whole Bridesmaids thing of like where Rose Byrne is the, sort of like you're supposed to read her as like, oh, who's this bitch horning in or well, but like Bridesmaids did a better job of basically everything, but Bridesmaids
I don't even
certainly
like Bridesmaids, and it did a better. I can tell you, it did a better job. Yeah.
did a better job of making that character human. Like Anna Schlumsky gets like a, at the end she is not horrible, but it is a real like, switch of a change.
They do
Like,
they do
there's
a couple of those with a couple different characters.
like she seems awful for so much of the movie, and then at the end it's like, okay, well she's okay.
Emotions are high around weddings, Dan. Sometimes you aren't your best self.
Yeah.
And people are high at weddings often.
Ideally.
Sometimes, if it's the wedding of Jerry Garcia, Dan, what was like?
If
You were there,
Rachel's
right?
getting married.
If Rachel's getting married, there's a lot of trauma to get over. So, yeah.
Okay, so it's a
Rachel
big party.
getting married. Rachel getting married. Do you remember that part of Rachel getting married where it's like
Yeah.
the night when everybody's performing and the guy's like, he's doing stand up or something. He keeps saying, Rachel getting married. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know Rachel. So just keep
don't.
going.
I actually don't remember this.
I just remember it's as if the guy is like, he's doing basically like, I can't believe that.
Elliot's DVD got a scratch on it, so it was just skipping.
Maybe that's it. It was like I think he was trying to get across that like, can you believe Rachel is grown up and is getting married? There's like, yeah, as an audience member, I met her as an engaged adult. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's the
buy it.
fucking title of the movie, dog.
did you know what
Like, I
movie you're
didn't
in?
think I bought a ticket to fucking sack lunch.
How'd they get in that sack, or is it a really big sack?
Yeah.
That's of all the movies that were on Seinfeld, Sack Lunch is the one I'm most curious about.
And guys, this is when Chris, the best man, shows up. Of course, played by Tracker himself, Coulter
Oh,
Shaw.
that's Tracker.
That's Tracker, everybody.
Now, here's
And
the thing: I would love to see Tracker with the skills of this character,
yes,
because the joke
I'm
throughout
with
is
you.
that he thinks he's very cool, but he's bad at all the stuff he's
Well,
doing.
it's weird because when he first shows up, they really play up how hot he's supposed to be. I mean, there's a slow motion walk, and there's a woman in the background doing the craziest take as he's walking up. And it's what were they playing like?
Dude looks like a lady.
I think it was his, Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover or something.
Yes, is I wish I was your lover. Yeah.
And he starts flirting with Sam. There's like a party. There's a bridesmaid dance number that Sam disrupts by shooting a blow dart at Anna Klumsky's character.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm
And
like,
Anna Klumsky is going real overdrive within the dance number to pull the spotlight.
Yeah. At the same time, Sam is getting a little suspicious of just things going on. She sees like a guy walking around with a big case, and she's like, is this a missile launcher? And so she sends images to her handler, and her handler's like, stop worrying about it. I'll analyze it, but don't worry about it. Also, in the middle of the night, bad guys infiltrate.
Oh, I think you meant in the middle of the night. Bad guys
never-
infiltrate the wedding
I never mean that.
at the Southern Plantation in the movie Brideheart.
So there's like 3 security guys standing on the dock at the river attached to the estate, and they get like tranquilized darts or shot and killed by some frogmen and replaced.
Now, before Stuart just means scuba divers. He does not mean the
Yeah.
characters from Hell Comes to Frogtown,
Yeah.
starring Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Okay, So the wedding, the next day.
Or the Footman from Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, the Frog Footman. Yeah, another
That's
great
also
frogman.
not-
What other great frogmen are there in
Frogmen
in
of history.
fiction? Yeah, great frogmen of history. And I don't
I mean,
people,
Kermit's kind of a frog man.
John Taffer from Bar Rescue.
I mean, he's presented as if he's a
Kermit
frog.
is
but
a frog. He's
No,
Kermit
I know.
the frog.
But
That's like his name.
he's unlike the other frogs, even in his own
Like
world, I feel
Robin?
like. Okay. I mean, I feel like this is like a split in
The
It's
other
like a goofy Pluto situation.
yeah, exactly.
Goofy
There's
Pluto is
somewhere
like the
along
planet
line.
Pluto, but the orbit is all crazy.
Whoa, look
Yeah,
at
like
it.
normal.
Neptune is
going-
like, Goofy
it's like
Pluto,
a
stop
crazy
bumping into
straw.
me. Yeah.
Okay, so
Who made the straw?
Virginia continues
This
her
straw is crazy. We can't let this get out. People will
Someone
think
unbalanced designed this straw.
that, lock this man up. He designed this straw. He's a danger to drinking everywhere. I am so parched, I'll just put the straw to my lips. Oh, it's taken a long time for the liquid to get through this straw.
Wait, this is a very circuitous route for this liquid to take.
Almost absurdly circuitous.
I got tired sucking on it before it reached my lips.
It's a sad story. He was the pride of the straw design department here at America Pacific. But
And now look at him
look at him. He had to be taken away.
in a padded room.
He was locked away for his safety and others. He was doing strange, horrible things with straws. Abominations of nature, they were called.
Do you think in like a post-apocalyptic future, any of the people who are like siphoning gas out of discarded car or gas tanks, do you think any of them ever use like a big silly straw just for laughs?
Probably.
Don't get me started on silly string, though.
Oh, boy.
It's not even string. Try and tie up a package with that. That's a fool's errand.
You'd end up with a mess on your hands. I'll tell you who would use that to tie something up, a silly person.
Yeah.
So the bridesmaids all do a bit of a glam day. Again, Virginia is being she's being way too much, overbearing,
bossy.
and makes Sam feel left out. She also takes issue with Sam flirting with Chris, aka Tracker, by showing her a magazine that says Virginia A. Chris, some like French fashion magazine, which I thought was very funny.
This was when I first realized how rich these characters are supposed to be. That it's not just that they're rich, but they're rich enough that a French magazine is running articles about whether they're in a relationship or not. Yeah.
Okay, so the wedding starts to happen, and Sam and Betsy get in a little bit of a fight. So Sam steps away for a second, and that's when a bunch of bad guys, mercenaries led by Steven Dorff, stop
Dorff
the
is
wedding.
not going fishing, guys, and he is not playing golf. He is hijacking this wedding.
So they shoot some Uzis into the sky. They collect all the wedding guests. There's a joke about are all American weddings like this from a British guy?
I'm confused, guys. Is this the same wedding from Betsy's wedding?
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Wait, what's Betsy's wedding, Dan?
It had Molly Ringwald in it and Alan Alda.
yeah, I was also
Clearly,
left
it
in the
really
cold by this one.
lodged-
I don't know.
Lodged in the old memory. It's a forgotten film of the period.
No, I mean it makes sense though because there's no other movies about weddings that you could have made that
well,
joke
but
with.
it's the same woman's
Is this
name.
what happened to Peggy Sue, et cetera, et
No,
cetera?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a different woman's
Was
name.
this
Doesn't make any sense.
was this my best friend's wedding?
Is this my
That could be.
Betsy's friend's
Is my
wedding?
best friend
That's his
named
friend.
Betsy?
Is this Robert Altman's Betsy wedding?
Yeah,
Because Dan, you have a friend named Betsy, so I was like,
that's true.
I don't know. I wasn't at that wedding, but I assume you were. What is this Betsy's wedding? I don't know.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a galaxy
Okay.
far, far away.
So,
Dan, how did you get to that wedding that was a galaxy far, far away?
Hitchhiked.
the mercenaries
I used the
collect.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, you need that guide with you. Yeah,
They corral all the guests.
we
and
clearly
they
have a lot to say about Bridehard. Anyway, continue.
They separate the family members who own the estate, which includes the groom-to-be, the maid of honor, and their parents, one of whom is played by, that's right, Colleen Camp,
Yeah, that's also a
Yay.
producer on the movie.
along with Joel David Moore, who I guess used some of his Avatar bucks to help produce this one.
Those are the bucks that have Navi on them.
Yeah, they're
you can
fucking
only
blue.
you can only use them to produce other movies because James Cameron's the only one who will trade them back in for American dollars.
Yeah. So what they're trying to get into this like weird time release vault family vault thing that has a ton of gold bars in it and an incriminating hard drive. And in order to do that, they need each family member's ring and their passcode or something. And they have to wait 30 minutes between each ring/password insertion, which seems very inconvenient, but I guess that's how rich people do. And then we find out in this scene that the best man, Chris Tracker, not the good dude that he is on Tracker, Coulter Shaw, who works as a rewardist finding missing people and often doesn't even keep the reward.
Yeah, I thought you
that's what he calls himself, a rewardist.
Oh, okay.
And like
It
other
just means
people
he
call him
works
that.
for rewards.
Yeah, that's good. He works for reward.
Because he doesn't want to say
people
bounty
yourself,
hunter.
like,
Bounty hunter is a bad guy.
A
But a
typist
rewardist.
if you're like a server.
It's a little wild because
We're not
everyone
wageists.
other
We have
people
wages.
call him a rewardist, which is weird. Why don't they just call him the title of the show, Tracker? Because that's not his name, although you would assume
It
it
should
is.
be. His name
Yeah.
should be Coulter Tracker. Yeah.
I mean, Coulter Shaw is a really cool name.
It is a cool name. You're putting a lot of pressure on a kid when you name them Coulter, that they've got to
Yeah.
grow up to be handsome and cool.
Yeah. Which this character is supposed to be, but at this point, this is kind of a turning point. This is where we not only realize he's
It's
a
a real
bad guy,
sliding
but
doors
he
moment,
also is like, he also becomes like a big kind of dork.
He becomes
basically.
Yeah.
a big wannabe baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing this because he wants that hard drive to, like, theoretically, in his mind, clear his dad for like malfeasance. His dad was sent to jail for financial crimes.
He's
and,
a real Jared Kushner. His whole life is about proving that his dad, who was clearly a criminal, was not a criminal, and he doesn't care how many lives he has
Irving
to
Kushner?
ruin.
I mean, I guess I'm asking
Irving
for.
Kushner. his dad, Empire Strikes Back director Kushner, whose name is spelled
Cleared
and
of his
pronounced
crime.
differently. He was
You know,
thrown-
you're not exactly like your dad, Elliot.
That's true.
Maybe
That's
your
a good
last name
point.
could be changed slightly.
That's a
Could
good
be.
point. He wants to prove that his dad's not guilty of encasing Han Solo in carbonite. So he's looking for the behind-the-scenes footage that shows that that's just a movie and not a real thing that happened.
I guess I'm asking for a better movie than Brideheart, but this
Dan,
detail,
I think we're all asking. If you weren't asking for a better movie than Braveheart, I would be like, Dan, you need to raise your standards. Come on.
This detail though just like goes so nowhere. Like it's used as an excuse for like someone to on the inside to be like part of it, but
Yeah.
like when it is revealed at the end that oh no, your dad really was a criminal. It's such a shrug. Like there's no sense of like I did all this for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Or like there's no twist on it. Like actually you did all this and you exonerated him, but now you're going to jail or something interesting.
I mean, by that
wish-
point, also his character has become such a nothing.
like
Yeah.
like a cartoon non-threat. I feel
Yeah.
like I would have liked if they're going to go with the cartoon non-threat route. I would have liked if some of the other characters were still like enamored by how hot he was.
Yes.
So at least there was some like dimension to it.
Well, some, like yeah,
Well,
that's-
I'm going to
that's a
Monday
good-
morning quarterback this whole movie by the end.
Yeah.
But that's
Anyway.
like Dan. That's a good twist idea. Like Dan's saying, like some kind of twist, so it's not just what's happening. You know, it's not just a straightforward thing.
Okay, so Sam, who is separated from everybody, kind of starts figuring out that something's going on. She starts taking out bad guys. There's a sequence where she
On
uses
dates, that seems like conflict of interest.
She starts taking out. She kills a guy by beating him up with like hot hair curlers as
That's
if they
her
were
idea of a
nunchucks.
good date. Not my idea.
I mean, I'm
Some
kind of into
people,
it.
you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of into it.
Some people it might be. This is what I was saying before that like you never like there's a little bit of a nod in the direction of like oh Sam's in trouble at the end just so the bridesmaids can like come save her and you know prove that they're all friends again or whatever, but like you never worry about her actually being overmatched in any way. Like she is like a movie, you know, super fighter. And
The thing is that you have to, like, they clearly don't have the money to lean into the action sequences here. And later on, they make a point of when, you know, in the wrap up, she's like, yeah, and you can't tell anyone that I'm a secret agent. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what the movie should have been, is that she is so clearly overmatching these guys. She should be able to easily defeat them at any time. But the issue is she should be trying to do it so that nobody knows
Secretly.
she's a secret agently.
And that's-
yeah.
that's
And I think-
funny.
And I think one of the issues they have with doing something like that, which I think is funnier, is that she gets kicked out of being the maid of honor so early because they're trying to be like bridesmaids. So there's that it's no one's really paying attention to her that much throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And she has no responsibilities. But if it's like she still has to do her maid of honor stuff while she's taking out all these bad guys or while she's like, if
Like
there's.
she notices something's wrong early and she's trying not to ruin the wedding.
Yes,
You know?
and then you can set it up for like Act 3 is when it's oh no, now everyone knows about it and the bad
And
guys,
also-
or middle Act 2 or who knows what.
I also saw this in some review
In
I read
VistaVision,
of this.
you went to the theater and saw it as it was meant to be
it was
seen.
a road show.
Someone made the good
The
point.
intermission and everything, yeah.
Someone made the good point that like there's no difference really between her spy persona and how she acts in real life. And
No.
maybe if there was like a contrast, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
If she's
and-
like she's a goofy friend, but she's like a stone cold killer as a spy
Yeah.
or something like that, or vice versa. The funny thing about her is that she's kind of cold to her friends, but she's really warm to the people she's fighting. That's who she feels like she can talk to. I don't know. Anyway,
And I think casting wise, you should have swapped Steven Dorff and Tracker. I think Steven Dorff would play like a sniveling little weasel better.
he would be very funny doing that.
Okay, so Chris goes off trying to hunt down Sam, and they bump into each other. She immediately susses out that he's a bad guy, and they have a scuffle, and she manages to steal the ring that he had been holding that is part of the
And he's
the
like, "My
safe."
precious, my precious."
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a dead-on column you just
Ah,
did.
it's me, Gollum. Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
let me.
Hey.
Where you going?
Dan, your
Can
Gollum
I
sounds like
come?
it's like Gonzo Gollum.
You going
yeah.
to Mount Doom? Can I come?
Can I have that ring? It's kind of my precious. We
Gollum's
gotta take it over to Mount
catchphrase.
Doom.
Gollum's
Gonzo's
catchphrase,
Gollum.
Can I come?
So
Fucking A, dude. Stop telling him what we're doing.
yeah.
I promise I won't talk too much.
So Muppet.
He always says that, but he
You
keeps
told me my
singing
voice
about
was annoying.
fish.
Muppet Lord of the Rings maps pretty well. Kermit's Frodo, right? Fozzie is Sam. Gonzo is Gollum. Who's Miss Piggy though? Aragorn?
I think it would be pretty funny if she was Gandalf.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty funny too. Yeah, okay,
Oh, man.
that works. I see Sam the Eagle as more of a Gandalf type, but you know.
No, it's true, but he's too uptight. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to
Yeah,
spend
whereas
that much
Gandalf-
time with
I
Sam.
feel like
Gandalf's
I don't
pretty
know if
loose.
Middle Earth is big enough for Miss Piggy.
Actually, Sam the Eagle would be Saruman. That's who Sam the Eagle
Yes,
would be.
yeah.
Or Uncle Deadly.
Okay, so at this point, the bride, Betsy, manages to trick them into letting her sneak off to get food. And in doing so, she's able to reunite with her friend Sam. There's some action sequences, blah, blah, blah. They come up with a plan together. So they split up again. Betsy returns. She helps all the hostages escape.
I've got to say, like, I don't want to play reality police too much in what is clearly a dumb comedy.
Yeah.
But like, there's a scene. There's scenes when she like comes back and she's like talking to the other hostages about the plans, where they're like whispering loudly, and you see goons like wandering around in the background. And I'm like, wow, they're really lax about letting all their hostages plan with one another.
These are the least threatening, least imposing goons I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
They are so easily taken out by everybody. They let the heroes who are captives just have free reign, free movement often.
Yeah.
And it's just very
There's a point where
easy.
they all escape and they like snatch up all the weapons that are clearly lying around in this plantation home. And I'm like, somebody make a joke about the fact that rich people have like weird weapons in their house or something. But no.
Now this is
Okay.
what I'm going to say. Now, up till this point, the movie has pretty closely stuck to its original. It's based on The Bride Stripped Bare by Her Bachelors, even the sculpture by Marcel Duchamp, also known as The Large Glass. But this is where the
Sure.
story takes an abrupt turn. It no longer
I
follows
thought it
that.
was Marcel Duchamp. Like he's the champion.
Yes, that's what my brother used to call him. When I was a teenager, I went through a big period where I was really enamored of Duchamp's work, and I had Calvin Tompkins' biography of him that just says Duchamp on the cover, and my brother would just go, Duchamp!
That actually is probably the clearest portrait of the Kalen boys I've ever heard. Okay, so the hostages escape through the like weird tunnel underneath the property. Sam gets captured while battling goons eventually, and they get the ring off of her, and they open the vault.
Hey, if you like her, then you better take a ring off it.
And this is when
that song, right, Dan?
Yeah. This is the moment, by the way, also, again, hate to be too logical, but like the most egregious plot armor where like she has the ring, which is what they want. She's killed a bunch of them. They don't just shoot her.
No, well, it's like the
when
most
she's, like,
the most
right in front of them.
It's almost, I think I would call it second most egregious after the moment in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where they have Indiana Jones and Fleabag alone in a cavern somewhere, and they know Indiana Jones is holding the thing they want, and they've been killing people left and right for no reason, and they do not just shoot Indiana Jones and Fleabag in the head and take that thing and leave. Instead, they're like, "You'll have to come with us, or else we'll kill you both." It's like, I don't understand why you're not doing it. Just kill it. Just do it. We know you're the hero of the movie. Your name is in the title, so we can't kill you.
That'd be a wild ending of the movie, then, right?
For them to just
They
kill
just
all these
blasted them
characters.
both in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go back in
Cuts to
time to
black,
ancient
and then
Rome.
credits.
And they die,
Actually,
and then everyone dies.
Actually, that would be so. The version of they kill them. They take the dial. They go back in time, but it takes them back to that moment. And Indiana Jones and Fleabag are able to stop them and just change their own deaths. That's a great ending. We should do that when we do our remake of Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny.
Should I watch that movie? I still haven't watched it yet.
I like
fine.
that movie.
It's fun.
I like it better than
Brideheart.
Crystal Skull, personally.
I
mean, like
also like it better than Crystal Skull.
the beginning of Crystal Skull I like a lot, but then it gets pretty boring to me.
Everything after the fridge in Crystal Skull, I'm not.
Is
so into.
how much mutt is in the new one?
No mutt.
There's
no
no mutt.
mutt?
Yeah, it's sans mutt.
Mutt went, but returned to his home planet. I mean, he literally like.
Yeah, he's a dog name. Yeah.
I will say, Dial of Destiny. The longer it went on, and the kind of sillier it got, the more I liked it. When it, in the very beginning, I'm like, I don't know, but by the end, I'm like, you know what?
I feel like
this is pretty bonkers.
I feel like I've asked this question on the podcast many times.
Yeah,
because I still haven't seen it, and every time it comes up, I'm like, should I watch that? And you're like, maybe.
I mean, there's certainly better things to watch, but there's also worse things to watch.
I mean, if you're like, I'm just such a fan of that character that I was going to watch it. Well, yeah, I mean, I am.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Elliot jokes for a second and realized what he's done.
No, like, oh no, he does love that character. It is a good character, yeah.
So when they open up the
but
vault,
it's weird when Fleabag is a robot in the Star Wars movie, right?
That is the one time I'm attracted to a robot. I'm like, that robot's got a lot
That's
of junk.
the only
in it.
time. Let me direct you to the Bride of Pinbot pinball machine.
Dan, I have a certain Aerosmith album cover I think you need to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Ex Machina is a pretty good robot for being attracted to.
I mean, that's that's a human actress.
You
That's
know?
a human actress pretending to be a robot.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you're
that's the
hearing
one.
me out on a
the
Alicia
one-
Vikander.
That's the one robot-y robot that I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Hear me out, Gonk Droid.
Hello. The thing about Gonk Droid is he's such a generous lover because he's so grateful. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's into
Most
the
people
into
just look at me as a
mouth
cube.
play.
most people just think I'm a
Gonk,
trash
gonk.
can. Wait, one real quick. I have a complaint I have to make about the Star Wars character encyclopedia guidebooks.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
so many characters, thanks to the Mandalorian and the new movies, that some of the old characters have been dropped from those books. And my younger son, he has the newest edition of it, and I was very disappointed to see that Gonk Droid is no longer in the book.
Fuck?
He did not make the cut anymore. You've got all
Open the
these
fucking schools,
Fucking
right?
star of the movie.
You've got all these one-off Mandalorian characters. You don't have Gonk Droid. Moma Nadon, he's not in any of those books. That's very
What?
disappointing. Yeah.
What about the Shistavan Wolfman in the Mos Eisley Cantina, the
No.
one who got pulled out during for the special edition?
No, they most of the only Mos Eisley guys that are still in there are Figrin D'Anne, of course.
Okay, yeah.
And
No
Are
shit.
the modal nodes in there?
no, just Figrin D'Anne. The modal notes
Okay.
don't get but they get a mention. And Ponda Beba and Dr. Evazan. But
Yeah.
like Moma Nadon's not in there anymore.
he's got the
Snaggletooth's not in
fucking
there
death
anymore.
sentence in how many sectors?
12, I think.
Okay.
Boy.
So let's get back to Brideheart. There's
Oh,
a
right,
lot of. There's
Brideheart.
like 2 seconds left. Okay. So they get the vault open. This is when Steven Dorff's like, actually, Tracker, I don't need you around at all. So for Sam manages to break free. She and Chris both escape. There's like shooting and grenades. They get trapped inside a whiskey barrel, but
Because
luckily
it's a
there's
distillery at the plantation. Yeah.
they luckily are rescued by their friends through clever use of Morse code.
More regular use of Morse code.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They didn't put a
and
fresh new spin on it.
the Mercs are making the Mercs
It's your
are
cousin Marvin Morse. You know that new sound you've been looking for?
You know that new code you've been looking for?
yeah, putting some real English on your raps. Your dits and dashes or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, so Sam and Betsy jump on a hovercraft and they go chasing after Steven Dorff and all the gold.
There's a very funny thing that happens here. It's just very small, which is that the gold is just flying around these gold bars, and it's like, guys, gold is very heavy.
Yeah.
It is famously incredibly heavy, but it's clearly like aluminum or something.
There's
that's been
some
painted
very
gold.
good people standing on things with a green screen behind them work in this sequence.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that.
So they there's some action and adventure. They eventually overtake Steven Dorff, and Sam boards his little skiff, and they
and they
battle.
leave Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she manages to knock him off the platform with all the gold, and then they get overtaken by Tracker, who's like, "Haha! I want this hard drive to save my to clear my dad's name."
At this point, it's almost like you're just watching famous people playing Mario Kart. When they're just chasing each other on these things.
Which again,
yeah.
if they made a
entertaining.
live action Mario Kart movie where people
they
are
will.
green screened like that, like terrible green screen, I would be super into it.
It's right. It's terrible green screen, terrible muzzle flare.
Again, get for when you fire off a shell or whatever. Get Neil Breen to make the Mario Kart movie.
That would be amazing if somehow Neil Breen landed the Mario Kart license and
like
made
some
it.
fucking mistake. Okay, so they stop the Mercs.
Chris Pratt is just on set with Neil Breen. He's playing Mario, and he's like, are you sure you want me to do this in the scene? Yeah, this is what you're going to do. Because Mario doesn't usually go on long kind of nihilistic libertarian sociopathic rants about the elites and the powers of the government.
That's more Wario territory.
And they're all very non-specific. Do you want to say something more than just banks and government?
All right, that's it. You're off the movie.
So
I'll play the part.
They leave Tracker on the driverless hovercraft, and he then crashes into a big wedding display and seems to explode. There's a lot of very cheap digital smoke around him.
And they, of course, have their emotional reaction to seeing potentially, what was he, the best man, even though he's turned a bad guy, killed in an explosion, is very nonchalant.
Well, there's a moment earlier where they seem to believe that Sam has been killed by mercenary gunfire. And Betsy is obviously sad that her childhood best friend is dead. And Divine Joy Randolph's character is like talking shit about her. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, why would you read the room? Like, her friend's dead. Don't talk about her being a bad bridesmaid.
Yeah,
No
just
one
go
cares.
back to seducing the Reverend like you're doing through
Yes,
the rest of the
please.
movie.
Let's see.
There's one back and forth that I did find very funny where because there are a couple of funny jokes in it, not the very many, but where they're talking about what are their skills that they can use to help Sam, and Divine Joy Randolph is like, I'm a solid 9.5. Do with that what you will. And Betsy's like, well, I think you're a 10, but let's just moving. And she's like, thank you. It was like the most real back and forth in the entire movie. It felt like to me, but anyway.
So and like, there's so many other weird, like, clearly jokes were written in here. Like, there was a moment where Betsy first sees Sam beat the shit out of a bunch of guys, and she's like, are you even hurt? And she's like, I'm human, aren't I? And she goes, I don't know. And they're like, it's edited in such a way where they're like, we don't even know if these are meant to be jokes or not. Like, we don't get any room for delivery. It's just like, let's get to the next weird action sequence. So we wrap everything up. The authorities arrive. They they slide down ropes from helicopters. They decide to
surprising everybody. The people don't seem to. Do they notice the helicopters before they slide down? I can't remember.
I don't know. And then I don't really care. And then so they decide to have the wedding right there instead of doing some kind of a big thing. That's when Tracker shows back up and he holds everybody at gunpoint, is quickly disarmed and taken into custody.
Well, and he has a explosive.
He has a
an
detonator.
explosive detonator,
yeah.
which is commandeered by Sam. They then throw the bouquet. Sam catches it, triggering the detonator, blowing up their home. They don't care.
Yeah,
This
they're
is how-
really.
This is
cool
how rich
about
they are.
it.
Is they just shake off that their home and all their possessions have been destroyed.
I mean,
it goes.
Granted,
Colleen
Sam
Cam's like,
did
I
save
did want to
them.
redecorate. You know.
Yeah. Sam did save them, but I also feel like there'd be a little larger reaction to their entire home getting blown up.
I don't necessarily be
That's the
angry
point when
towards
I'd be
Sam,
like-
but maybe some remorse of losing your home. Yeah.
That's the point when I'd be like, okay, I wasn't as worried about it before, but now I'm going to need to know where every single gold bar is because I have to build a new house. Okay, and then the movie wraps up with all the characters like dancing around a bonfire, just having a good time. End of movie.
Doing witch curses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just dancing around, just casting spells.
Living life deliciously, you know? And that was Brideheart, folks.
How long do you think she lived life deliciously before she got tired of the witch life?
That's a good question. I would say eons.
Oh, okay. Wow, so a long time.
Well, yeah, because she opens up a witch house. Time and space have no meaning anymore.
Oh, right.
there.
The dreams there are
Geometries,
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has like a little cool rat friend with a human face.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
So guys,
That guy should have been in Brideheart.
it's time while Stuart pours some water directly into his
Just
microphone.
peeing all over Brideheart.
We'll see
Stuart
what
marks
Alex
his
can do with
territory on
that.
this episode.
I will introduce the next part of this, which is final judgments. We have to judge this movie. Is it a good, bad movie, a bad movie, or a movie that we kind of liked? This was a bad movie. I can't remember. I'm sure, like, there are talented people involved.
Sure.
Like, I'm sure that there was some earlier version of this script even that was better, but like this version that we got is sort of bafflingly free of jokes. Like I can't like oftentimes I can't even tell what the joke was supposed to be in the movie, and unfortunately, the action doesn't work either. So you're left with a whole lot of nothing. What do you say, Stuart?
Yeah, I feel like the only joke they really retained was the title of the movie. But yeah, I would say this is a bad movie. Anytime I find myself spending the whole time trying to think like, how would I have made this functional? And I am not a screenwriter. So I think no, that's true. So I would say, yeah, this movie's a mess. There's just not very many jokes. Obviously there's talented people that are kind of doing their best, but there's it feels like nothing of a movie.
I agree. I've got nothing else to add to that. Bad movie. No one is well served by it. And I'm sure that everyone who worked on it is capable of better. So I guess this is a see me after class to the people who made Brideheart.
Say, what's the trivia show where dreams come true?
It's gotta be Go Fact Yourself.
Legend in the house.
We quiz celebrity contestants about topics they love
Then bring out surprise experts.
to delight and amaze.
And then finally, tell us why you know and love the lyrics to the song Knockin' Boots by Candyman.
Joining us tonight is a rapper and producer. It's Candyman!
This is among the greatest moments of my life.
This is one of mine too. I love it.
That's Go Fact Yourself,
Twice a month, every month.
here on Maximum Fun.
Since 2017, after every Max Fun Drive, we've held a sale for Max Fun members where all of the proceeds go to a nonprofit. In December, we donated $43,000 to Transgender Law Center. $43,000. Thank you to all the Max Fun members who made this possible. Transgender Law Center champions the right of all transgender and gender nonconforming people to live freely, safely, and authentically. A mission that everyone at Max Fun supports. If you'd like to learn more or make an additional donation, go to transgenderlawcenter.org. And for anyone who needs to hear this, you belong here. You deserve to be able to be yourself, and we love you.
Well, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. The Flophouse is sponsored in part by Squarespace. That's a service that allows you to create a website and gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place. And I love getting paid. You can get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. You can streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. And if you want a good-looking site, well, they got you covered because they got a library of professionally designed website templates that have won awards even, with options for every use and category. Intuitive drag-and-drop editing, beautiful styling options, visual design effects. You don't need to know how to code to use Squarespace. So head to squarespace.com/flop for a free trial. And when you are ready to launch, use offer code FLOP, that's FLOP, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
We are also sponsored by Factor. It's a new year. We all have big plans, big goals, and we're also very busy coming out of the holiday season. So many of us don't have time to take care of ourselves and cook. And that's why Factor makes a perfect option. Factor provides fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, so you can eat well without having to spend all that time shopping and cooking. Factor features quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. With 100 rotating weekly meals, including high protein, which I don't know about you guys, but I do a lot of weightlifting and I need my protein. Yum, yum, yum. I need to feed this engine. And my wife, on the other hand, she is just not very good at, between running 4 businesses, she does not have a lot of time to feed herself and will forget about it and then be insane by the end of the day because she hasn't eaten lunch. Well, Factor provides a really easy option because their meals are ready in minutes. Now, they're always fresh, never frozen. Why don't you check them out? Head to factormeals.com/flop50off and use code FLOP50OFF to get 50% off your first Factor box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer is only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthy eating easy with Factor.
Hey guys, we are also sponsored in part by ourselves. By the things that we do. And so let's talk about the things that we have that are going on. That's right. Yeah, and Tim Allen is here. It is next week. Next week, a week after this episode drops, a week and a day, we are going to be appearing at San Francisco Sketchfest. That's right. We will be there live in person January 25th. That's a Sunday at 4 p.m. at Cobb's Comedy Club. The Flophouse is coming back to San Francisco. We're back to Sketchfest. We're talking about Master of Disguise. The Dana Carvey movie where he briefly dresses up like a turtle man.
Wait, what? We are?
Stuart, this isn't how I wanted you to find out, but we had a great time at last year's Sketchfest. We are very excited to be at this Sketchfest. Cobb's is a great comedy club. It's a super fun place to be. Please join us, won't you? Sunday, January 25th at Cobb's Comedy Club. For tickets and for other schedules, for all the other amazing shows going on at SF Sketchfest, go to sfsketchfest.com for our show on January 25th, Sunday, next weekend at Cobb's Comedy Club. But hey, guys, what if you can't make it to San Francisco for whatever reason? You still want to see us live. What if? Well, you can see us live over your computer for a limited time if you go to Flop TV. That's right. Go to theflophouse.simpletix.com for season 3 of Flop TV. There's 1 episode left, guys. Our February episode, February 7th. That's the first Saturday in February. We will round out the end of our Flopster Pete's Theater season by talking about Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's right. Maybe the most famous bad movie that was ever famous for being bad. We're finally going to talk about it. It's going to be amazing. This has been a really fun season of Flop TV. Flop TV, as everyone knows, is our 1-hour kind of like online video version of the podcast. We've had a lot of fun talking about the adventures of Pluto Nash and Jack Frost and Xanadu and Zardoz and Dr. Dolittle. And now we round out the season with our season finale, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Now, if you missed our other episodes, that's okay. If you buy tickets to those shows, you get access to the recordings, which will all be available through the end of February when they go back in the Flophouse vault. So if you've slept on getting tickets to watch Flop TV, sleep no more. I don't mean sleep no more, the interactive theatrical experience.
It's closed, Elliot.
Okay, good. Don't buy tickets for that. It's closed. Instead, buy tickets to Flop TV at theflophouse.simpletix.com. Get our season pass bundle. That's 6 shows for the price of 5. and join us February 7th as we bid adieu to Flop TV for this season with Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's the flophouse.simpletix.com. Hey guys, I have a couple of personal things that I'd like to promote if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, as everyone knows, I have my book out, Joke Farming, How to Write Comedy and Other Nonsense. It's on store shelves now, or buy it online, I guess, but I'd prefer you went to your independent bookstore. It's all about how to write books. I'm still writing the Harley Quinn series monthly from DC Comics, and I'm still hosting Clueless, the game show podcast on the Smartless Network. Go listen to it. Clueless, it's a much shorter podcast than the Flophouse. So if you really want to dig into a podcast and luxuriate in it, the Flophouse. But if you don't have a lot of time, just go to listen to Clueless. And finally, I have a new comic book series that is coming out this year.
What?
From Mad Cave Studios. I have a new book called Barbarian Behind Bars. It is the story of what happens when a Conan the Barbarian type character who has gone on a multi-dimensional quest that ended on Earth gets thrown in jail, and he doesn't speak English. Nobody knows who he is. He's got to figure out how to get out of prison, and people have to figure out what is his deal as magic and dangerous things are happening around him, because perhaps the villain that he thought he dispatched in the beginning of the series, perhaps there's more to it than he thinks. So that's Barbarian Behind Bars. I'm reuniting with my Maniac of New York artist, Andrea Moody. We're working through Mad Cave Studios, which is a fun, smaller comic book company that has a lot of great stuff coming out. And the first issue comes out February 11th. So that's Barbarian Behind Bars, #1 in comic book stores, February 11th. You can order it until January 19th as the final order cutoff. So tell your local comic book store, make mine Mad Cave, and order Barbarian Behind Bars, #1.
You had Stuart at Barbarian.
Mm-hmm. I think Stuart's actually going to like it a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like my thing.
It's a combination of high fantasy and pulp prison B-movie storytelling. So get ready for violence. Very violent.
Let's answer a few letters from listeners. This first letter is from Matt, last name withheld.
Well, the first letter is A.
What? Okay. All right. Jeez,
I got you, Danny boy.
Did you get me?
You got.
I guess so.
That's the feeling of getting got.
Oh,
Yeah, how's it feel?
I've been gotten.
That's the feeling of get gotten, got go.
Go. Hey, Peaches.
Oh, hey.
Just hey. Just writing to say that you guys gave me some real nostalgia when you mentioned the 1950s film adaptation of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in the episode on The Crow. Like Elliot's kid, I went through a serious Jules Verne phase about 30 years ago, and I was unfortunately one of those insufferable children who is emotionally compelled to force their interests on their parents and peers.
Those are called children.
Yeah. Perhaps unsurprisingly, when I made several of my slightly older cousins watch it with me, they were unenthused by a 1950s sci-fi adventure. This would be unremarkable, except this ended up being a foundational moment when I realized, hey, Matt, you're kind of a weirdo who likes old things, and I haven't looked back since. I'm now a professional historian and teacher, and my wife and I are having a kid in January, so thanks for helping me relive that seminal moment. Hopefully, I can...
That kid is only going to like
because,
super futuristic stuff, by the way.
Are you laughing because hearing about a kid and seminal were put
I am.
together?
That is why I'm
Okay.
laughing, yeah.
Okay.
Because there's two ways to use that word.
Indeed. Hopefully, I can help my kid grow up to be just as weird an old film nerd as me. So, Peaches, what pulpy old adventure movies would you suggest for kids who are into that kind of stuff? I'm even open to ones with problematic elements as long as I can make them into teaching moments. Matt, last name withheld. I'm sure Elliot has a bunch of them, and maybe we'll be overlapping. I wrote down a few.
I wrote down a few too.
It depends on like what you mean. Like does The Adventures of Robin Hood qualify as pulpy, or is that too folktale-y? I don't know.
I also had that question because I had that on my list also. There's a thin line. So it's when you say pulpy, going off of like 20,000 Leagues, it feels like adventure. Is the kind of like, as opposed to there are westerns that you could consider pulpy westerns that are good. There's like something like The Adventures of Robin Hood. That's
the animated one, right?
No, it's the Errol Flynn one. But the animated Robin Hood is fine.
Good.
I'm sure we probably both have King Kong as a possibility.
Oh, you know what? I didn't put on there because I think of that as a monster movie. But you're right. That's a good option. Yeah. Especially if you want to make it a teaching moment for racial insensitivity.
Well, the one that
as much as I love that movie.
the one I have on here that is definitely teaching one because it has a lot of colonialist stuff in it is Gunga Din, but that's
that was the
fun
first
adventure
one.
movie.
That's the first one I thought of was Gunga Din, where it is certainly you've got actors in brownface, they're just treating a whole religion as if it is evil, like and stuff like that. But it's such a fun pulp adventure if you can look past. It's about colonialism. The heroes are the colonialists, but also there's a long time mention from me and Stuart. There's The Man Who Would Be King. Is another great kind of like
one.
fun pulpy adventure movie. I was trying to think of like old movies. So like the 30s Prisoner of Zenda is a fun kind of like adventure movie that way. Captain Blood, the Errol Flynn pirate movie.
Pirate movie too. My last one I had was The Crimson Pirate with Burt Lancaster. I liked.
But like
yeah,
also,
you guys both put the Phantom in there, right? The Billy Zane, the Phantom. Slam Evil.
It's
if you want to
based
slam
on
evil,
an old thing. It's less old than the other ones.
It's pretty old.
It's pretty old now.
Because then there's movies
because we're old now.
Like, do pulpy war movies count? Because then there's like The Lost Patrol or Sahara.
Yeah, Cross of Iron.
Good ones. Cross of Iron. Cross of Iron is one of those movies. When I finally watched, I remember seeing the box for it when I worked at Suncoast Motion Picture, and I'm like, they made a movie where the heroes are the Nazis? And I finally watched it a couple years ago, and I'm like, there's good stuff in this movie, but I'm still not quite sure why they made this movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because then there's like some of the kind of the pulpier westerns, and so like Winchester 73 is a fun kind of adventure western where this one gun is kind of going through different hands, but it's like, what do you mean by pulp, basically? Yeah. What counts? But you can't go wrong with. I mean, you can go wrong in terms of racial sensitivity, but with movies like King Kong or Gunga Din or The Man Who Would Be King or those Errol Flynn or Burt Lancaster pirate movies, The Adventures of Robin Hood is such a fun one, and it's so beautiful. It's so colorful.
So
John Carter of Mars.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's just called John Carter.
I call it of Mars.
Not in my household. Okay, so, and we have another letter here, the final letter. It's from Quinn, last name withheld.
I want to say one thing. I wrote this in an email to myself, and I had started with old pulpy adventure movies, but it autocorrected to old puppy adventure movies.
Old Yeller.
It's not really an adventure.
In the title,
There's some adventures in there.
I guess so.
Death is the greatest adventure.
The Voyage to the Undiscovered Continent. Yeah,
You see,
Undiscovered Country.
White Shores.
This is from Quinn, last name withheld, who writes, this is this letter's titled, 2 comments and a question. Dear Peaches.
All right.
To Elliot, happy birthday. To
Thanks.
Dan.
As of the recording of this, my birthday was a month ago, but I'll take it.
To Dan, your clumsy tongue delights me. Don't ever change. To Stu.
That's what she said about Dan's clumsy tongue.
Okay. To Stu, what kind of Bloody Mary mix do you use at your bars? Much love.
I mean, I think we can't leave it to the bartender to just kind of whip it up, but it is generally, tomato juice, hot sauce, soy sauce, lemon juice, salt,
so
pepper.
you don't use a mix, though. You use a...
No, we make it fresh. The one thing I almost always insist on is I think the best way to make a Bloody Mary is to throw a splash of Guinness in there as well, because it adds a little bit of like meatiness to it, a little bit of umami.
Okay. Well,
tastes like breakfast.
Learned an important
I don't think
tip.
umami is the right word, but like a little bit of,
I know. Umami is that kind of like meaty richness.
Yeah. So let's go on to the final segment, which is recommendations, movies that you'd be better served watching than Bride
Yeah,
Hard.
real quick, Dan, you can't recommend Bride Hard.
Okay. This is going to be hard then.
It's difficult, yeah.
You vlogged it like 5 times in your letterbox. Like that time my brother and I rented Ski School and watched it, or Ski Patrol. Sorry, we weren't allowed to rent Ski School. We rented Ski Patrol and watched it like 7 times in a weekend.
Yeah, you're just really into the idea of
Paul Feig.
patrolling.
Yeah.
Just like sort of being orderly. This is a movie that doesn't need my critical support, but because it's been getting plenty. But I will say it is the movie that I saw recently that I enjoyed the most. So I'm recommending it. It's Marty Supreme. Saw it yesterday. It was, it's just like kind of an electric movie. It just,
it's not one of those analog candlelit movies where you have to
Yeah.
crank it while you're watching.
I'm saying
Yeah, like fucking Nosferatu.
it crackles with energy. It is 150 minutes long. I did not feel the length. I felt the length of the
You'll feel
90-minute-ish Brideheart much more.
Yeah. Or what about Dr. Doolittle? It's the same runtime.
There's it's filled with surprises. It's filled with like interesting faces. Like the cast of this as well. Like in supporting roles, you have Abel Ferrara is in it as an actor. Like Fran Drescher shows up. Penn Jillette shows up. Like just interesting choices and at the center of it, just like Timothée Chalamet. Early on in his career, I was like, who's this mouse man who's taking America by storm? I wasn't necessarily a believer, and now I'm a full convert. He is one of our great actors now. It is a really just a terrific movie filled with energy and stress, as Safdie movies tend to be. This is Josh Safdie.
On stress levels, where would it sit in the Good Time and Uncut Gems pantheon?
I mean, less than Uncut Gems. Maybe more than Good Times, just because
Good Time's pretty stressed out.
But like the skill of the director has increased, so
Yeah, he can ratchet it up. I'm going to recommend a movie I saw. This was the last movie I saw in the theater of 2025, and boy, it was a banger. That's right, No Other Choice by Park Chan-wook. Arguably my most anticipated movie of the year, and it delivers. I've loved all his movies, but I feel like he's on such a tear. This is a movie about a man who works for a paper company who unceremoniously loses his job and is forced to try and get a new job. And his only option, of course, is to kill his other competitors for his same job, despite the fact that they were all winners of the Pulp Man Award for being the Pulp Man of the Year. And it's like this, his last two movies particularly have been such like Hitchcockian thrillers, but there's also so much stuff going on underneath. I feel like I love how Park Chan-wook's movies, like lately specifically, have this like sheen of civility that is like there's just like boiling emotions underneath that then explode. And he, as a craftsman, his movies have become so interesting with the way the camera moves and the way he does like dissolves and overlays. It's just such a great, like it's both a fun thriller. It also feels very timely and of the moment, what with AI coming for all of our jobs. It's great. I loved it. No Other Choice. Check it out.
I haven't gotten to see really any new movies lately, and I haven't seen a lot that I was really into. I've had to watch some Flophouse movies, but those would be terrible to recommend. Brideheart was one of them. So instead, I was like, what's a funny movie that has a wedding in it that's genuinely funny? So I'm just going to recommend The Palm Beach Story, a movie that has two wedding scenes in them. I guess they're pretty short. They're very short. But it's just a really funny movie. It's a Preston Sturges movie. Claudette Colbert, Joel McRae, Mary Astor's in it. Rudy Valley's in it. It's super funny. I don't want to tell you what happens in it because I think part of the fun of it is recognizing that the plot is not super important to a certain extent. But it's really funny. If you want to watch a funny movie that also has a wedding in it, watch The Palm Beach Story.
Well, that's the show, and we should sign off because we got more to do. To peek behind the curtain tonight, we've got Flop TV. So let's close up shop on this episode.
Turn out the lights, take down the circus tent, wipe off the grease paint. Yeah.
Wipe the grease paint off the circus tent.
Yeah. Why do we put all that grease paint on the circus tent?
I want to thank our network, Maximum Fun. Go to MaximumFun.org. There's a lot of other great shows, more all the time. Check them out. It's a wonderful place. It's a worker-owned co-op. It's one of the few ethical places you can send your money. I say, as we approach Max Fun Drive coming up
In
in
my
a little
various businesses.
I don't know.
I'm going to beat Dan's ass.
And I want to thank Alex Smith, our producer. He does a lot of great creative work on his own. He makes music under the name Howell Dottie. He also does a podcast under the name Howell Dottie, where he talks to a giant possum. It's very funny. Check that out. But for the Flophouse, I've been Dan McCoy.
I'm Stuart Wellington.
I'm Elliot Kalin.
Okay. See ya in the bride pages. How'd that work?
I guess that works.
Perfect. A+.
I think sometimes people like the seat of our pants.
Oh, yeah, I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into
Well,
it.
Dan, we know you love the seat of certain people's pants.
Mm-hmm.
Wives.
Oh, it got so specific. Okay, the lore. The butt lore. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think there's ever a situation where Dan's like, ooh, check out that keister. Wait a minute. No wedding ring.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
No ring.
No,
No,
thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Red flag.
He's really in it more for the
That butt
fantasy.
can't commit.
Speaking of butts, I was really...
Dan, that is a butt that can't quit and can't commit.
Speaking of butts, I've been excited to talk a lot about Heated Rivalry, the
Stuart
hockey
cannot
show.
stop talking about this.
The hockey butts?
I haven't seen it.
What I really hope is that somewhere there exists like dads who are just really into hockey who are like, well, it's a show about hockey. I'll watch it. There's a little too much sex for me, but there's some good hockey.
Let me ask one David E. Kalin what his feelings are
should.
about it. Yeah.
I genuinely am interested.
Yeah. Maybe
Stuart
that'll
brings
be.
it up so much. I'm like, are you discovering something about yourself, Stuart? What
Oh,
is this?
Dan,
Yeah,
I think Stuart's been on this discovery quest for quite a while now.
Discovery Quest. What
What a
a
TV show that
what
was.
a series of young adult books.
Yeah, it's a TV show based on the series of young adult books. It's a PBS show. It's educational, where young people go to different locations around the world and different times to learn about Stuart's more and more ambiguous sexuality.
Okay.
I just love blasting is all.
Yeah, you don't care who.
I
You're just
love
happy to
blasting.
see someone get some.
You're just like X-Force's Cannonball. You know, as long as he's blasting, he's nigh invulnerable.
Okay, well, we've warmed up plenty. Let's
Like X-Force's Cannonball.
do this.
Yeah. I guess technically he is pretty warm, right? Did
Yeah,
they
I mean-
ever address how warm he gets inside his
warm
little
does he
force
get?
bubble?
I don't think they do. Well, the fact that from the waist down, he just becomes flame and smoke when he's blasting.
Pretty cool.
You know,
It seems
yeah.
pretty warm.
So can he pee while he's blasting?
That's a good question.
I asked that at sex ed, but the teacher got mad at me and kicked me out.
Maximum Fun
A worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
Directly
by you.